Hello everyone, it's me Amna and welcome to Amna's Learning Hub. Hopefully you all are fine and following my videos. In previous video I uploaded a lecture on elements, mixture and compound. Basically the lecture was about elements, how they discovered, what is the classification of elements, how we arrange elements in periodic table. Today we are going to follow that up and we are going to understand actually elements are made up of what. In previous lecture I told you about elements, their sequence in periodic table, their classification on the basis of the position in periodic table, classification on the basis of the properties of elements. We had metals, metalloids, non-metals. We had classification on the basis of states of matter like solids, liquids and gases. So in today's lecture our main agenda is going to be how these elements are made, what the elements are made up of. Okay, so first of all, whenever we discuss about something or whenever we observe something or analyze something, the first thing that comes in our mind is how this particular thing made up of. For example, if this marker is in front of me, so the first thing that comes in my mind is how this marker should be shaped or it made up of, what was the material, what must be the process. So today we are diving into the basis of elements, that how elements are made up of. So first of all, if we dive into it, we must understand the elements are made up of atoms. Now the word atom is not new to us. We all know that in this whole universe everything is made up of atom, and atom is the smallest particle of anything. It can be of a human body, it can be of any element, it can be of even this universe. So first of all, the first point that we understand is the elements are made up of atoms. Now what are atoms? So atom is basically the smallest particle. You must have two things in your mind. Atom is the smallest particle and atom has all the characteristics that any element have. Any element, for example hydrogen, gold, silver, oxygen, the atom will have same properties and same characteristics which are present in the whole element. So the second point is same properties as in element. Smallest particle means the size is so small that we are not even able to see that with naked eye, or we cannot even see with the light microscope. We need very technical, very precise, very which has the least count of the instrument is very high. We need that instrument to understand what is the size of atom. So third thing about atom is the symbol of atom is same as that of element. Symbol of atom is same as of element. For example, we know that O2, which is oxygen, this is an element. Oxygen is an element which is gas. Now one atom of this is one atom. One atom of element also has the symbol O, and it also has the properties of oxygen, that we have the normal oxygen properties. So basically every single atom has all the properties that the element comprises of. Clear? I hope this point is clear to you. Now we have so many atoms in single element. In an element we have different atoms, and then the sizes of atoms are different according to the size of element. For example, if I tell you about periodic table, So here in periodic table we have hydrogen here, and then we have helium, and then we have so many elements in periodic table. So hydrogen is considered as the smallest element, smaller in size. So the size of one atom of hydrogen is also small. As the size of element increases, the size of atom also increases. For example, this is hydrogen, then we have lithium, sodium, potassium. So hydrogen is the smallest, so atom of hydrogen is smaller in size. Then we have lithium. When we are moving down the group, the size of element is increasing. So if I talk about lithium, so size of lithium is increased. So the atom of lithium is also in bigger size. Then we have sodium. The size is going to increase. So atom is also of bigger size. Then we have potassium. The size has increased more. So the size of atom is also increased. So here I am showing you the size of elements with the help of balls. Hydrogen was the smallest element, size of atom was small, and I made it with a small ball. As we are moving down the group in periodic table, the size is increasing. So when the size of element increases, when the mass of element increases, the size or mass of atom is also increasing. Clear? Okay, let's move to the next topic. Now, other thing that we are going to discuss is molecule. Now molecule is also related to atom. Atom was the smallest particle of an element. So molecule is, the definition of molecule will be when a group of atoms, it can be 2 or more than 2, when we have a group of atoms chemically combined together. Chemically combine, this is known as molecule. So what we need to learn here, first thing is group of atoms. Molecule is group of atoms. Now group can have 2 or more than 2. Second point which we need to understand or learn is chemically combined. So when 2 or more than 2 atoms or a group of atoms chemically combine together, this is known as a molecule. For example, hydrogen is an element and it exists in the form of H2. That means 2 atoms of hydrogen chemically combine and form H2. Again, we have oxygen. When 2 atoms of oxygen combine together, it will form a molecule of oxygen, and so on. Now we have different types of molecule, or we can say we categorize molecules. So we have different classes of molecules. First one is monoatomic, then we have diatomic, then we have triatomic, and then we have polyatomic. Okay, so first one is monoatomic. The word mono means one and atomic means atom. So any molecule which has only one atom is known as monoatomic. For example, noble gases. Helium. Helium exists in the form of monoatomic. Like helium is one atom and it exists in this form. It is stable in this form. So it is monoatomic. Then we have di. Di means two and atomic means again atom. So diatomic molecule is any molecule which will have two atoms. For example, H2, hydrogen, two atoms. O2, oxygen, two atoms. N2, nitrogen, two atoms. So any molecule which has two atoms in it is known as diatomic. Third one is triatomic. Tri means three and atomic means atoms. So any molecule which has three atoms is known as triatomic. For example, ozone, O3, 1, 2 and 3. Three atoms of oxygen when combined, it forms ozone, which is triatomic. And last one is polyatomic. Poly means many and atomic means atoms. So when any molecule will have more than 3 or 4 or 5 more than 3 atoms, it will known as polyatomic, which means many atoms. For example, sulfur, S4, it has 4 atoms. And phosphorus, it has sulfur has 8 atoms and phosphorus has 4 atoms. So these are called polyatomic molecules. So let's do a quick revision. In previous lecture I told you about elements, that how many elements do we have? We have 118 elements, and then we had classification. We had classification on the basis of states, then we had classification on the basis of nature of elements, then we had classification on the basis of arrangement in periodic table. Then after that we studied about how elements are made up of. So I told you that elements are made up of atoms. An atom is smallest particle. It has the same symbol as the element and it has all the characteristics that the element has. Then we studied about molecule. Molecule is made up of atoms. When atoms combine together, it forms molecule. Then there are types of molecules. We have monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic and polyatomic. Monoatomic molecules are those which have one atom. For example, noble gases. Then diatomic are the atoms which has two elements, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen, and many other examples. Then triatomic, 3 atoms like ozone, and then polyatomic, many atoms like sulfur and phosphorus. It can be any type. One more thing which you must keep in your mind, and which is the difference between compound and molecule, is molecule will always be of same element. Molecule will be of same element. So when atoms of same element combine together, then it form molecule. When atoms of different elements combine together, it form a compound. It will be clear to you when I will explain you about compounds. I hope this topic is also clear to you people. Now element is clear, atom is clear, molecule is clear. Now we are going to move towards compounds, and after that I will tell you the difference between mixture and compound.